what's up? It's that time of the year again. Time for another EDC update, but to be completely honest, these will probably get less and less interesting simply because I'm now at a point where I have my EDC so dialed in that I pretty much return to the same stuff over and over again, even though I do still try out new gear. But on the other hand, that means that everything that you will see in this video is tried and tested. So in short, what you are about to see is sort of a best of out of all of this stuff that I have tried and used over the past 5 years or so. As always, let me know what you think in the comments below. Without any further ado, let's get into it. And let's kick it off with the wallet, and my wallet of choice is still the Taurus Camp Grain wallet. In case you've never seen this wallet, it's a single piece of leather that is wrapped around itself and everything is held in place by this single line of stitching. It does have a main compartment that easily houses the 6 cards that I keep in it. There is a small slot that I can store my coins in and enough space to keep some folded bills in the back. There is also another small slot for a key back there, but it can be fiddly at times to get it out, especially in the winter when wearing gloves. On the upside though, that means that I never forget my keys because I always do have my wallet on my person at any time. The leather has aged beautifully over the past 2 years or so, and there are no quality issues whatsoever. As an honorary mention, I want to also give a shout out to this wallet by Sacred that I bought last summer and that I've also carried a lot. So this is actually the wallet that I took with me on a recent trip to New York City and to Iceland. But really, sadly, it only works in a world where there is little to no cash and especially no coins. But since we do still use a lot of coins here in Germany where I live, this sadly cannot be my everyday carry wallet over here. But with that being said, I do use it every now and again and just try to make it work simply because I do love the design and the layout and yeah, just the form factor overall. I mean, look at how slim this wallet is. It's wonderful. I absolutely do love it. So phone. I did buy the iPhone 13 Pro last November after using the iPhone 10 for about 4 years, so I'm not one to upgrade too regularly. And I mean, what can I say? It's a new iPhone. Better in every way than the old one, but not revolutionary. But it works, it is fast, has very good battery life in my experience, and I love the display and most importantly, the cameras. So yeah, I'd say it was worth the upgrade for me. I also bought this green leather case by Apple, which I like a lot. The quality is nice from what I can tell thus far, but at about 70 euros, the price was a bit steep. But oh well, it's Apple, what do you expect? I keep the keys for our apartment in my wallet, as you've just seen. Other than that, I only have 2 keys that I need regularly, a small key for the lifting system in our underground car park and another key for work. I keep those 2 in this magnetic Bellroy key fob that I have attached to my car key. I don't actually carry this in my pockets though, this goes either in my jacket or in my bag or backpack. So now this is probably my personal favorite part of any EDC video and my most used EDC knife of all times, without any question, is this GEC pattern number 78 with black ebony wood handles. At only about 140 euros, it's by far not the most expensive knife I own, it's not the lightest or the most practical, it's not the toughest either, or even the best looking. It's a pinned construction and not screwed, which makes it harder to clean, and the blade isn't even rust resistant. So why on earth do I love carrying it so much? Well, for starters, it is one amazing cutter. In between the 1095 high carbon steel and the slim full flat grind, it makes for a great slicer. Also, while the steel isn't rust resistant or the best in terms of edge retention, it is ridiculously easy to get back to a hair-popping edge. All I use for that, honestly, is just this cheap Falcon DC4 sharpening stone and a leather strap, and with just 2 or 3 minutes of love and care, this thing is always shaving sharp. Another thing that I really appreciate about this knife is just the way it looks. I mean, it is just a beautiful object to behold, but also, because of its traditional looks, it is very non-threatening, and I do appreciate that a lot. The only 2 things that I actually do not like about this knife are A, the fact that this kind of sharp 90-degree angle at the back of the blade scratches up whatever else I carry in my pocket, meaning mostly my wallet, and B, the fact that I simply can't buy it anymore. So if I were to ever lose it or damage it, it would be gone for good. I honestly do not like the limited edition approach to knife making or anything really, but hey, maybe it's just me and maybe companies need to do it to keep up their sales. But as a consumer who values brand loyalty, I honestly don't think it's the greatest approach. But hey, on the other hand, what the hell do I know? So anyway, with the GEC out of the way, there are also a lot of other knives that I do carry on a regular basis and that I definitely want to mention here as well. Number one on that list, and actually a very close runner-up to the GEC, is this Lion Steel Jack 3. With its mix of green micarta scales and titanium, I think it just looks so good. Pair that with the very traditional layout and design overall, and you have a timeless classic. It sports a very nice slip joint blade made from M390 steel, so it keeps a good edge forever and is about as rust resistant as can be. It also has a cap lifter with a flathead screwdriver and a corkscrew, all of which do get a fair amount of use, especially in the summer. I think it's a very nice tool for my day-to-day life and it simply never looks out of place. But if I do ever need something more rugged, which to be honest rarely ever happens these days, I go with either the Lion Steel TRE, a full titanium customizable folding knife, or the Bestech Heidi Blacksmith No. 1, which is a very slim fixed blade full tang EDC knife. I have made a whole video about the Heidi Blacksmith, so if you want to see more about that, go check it out. But what makes the Lion Steel TRE so special is the fact that you can attach or detach a flipper and a thumb stud. So you can carry it either as a one-handed knife with either of your preferred opening mechanisms, or as a sort of one-handed knife to make it look at least sort of okay to carry wherever one-handed knives might not be legal to carry. And to round this list off, I also still do love to carry my Chris Reeve Nandi. I don't think I have to say too much about it. It's made from titanium. It's probably the most expensive knife that I own, but in the whole realm of EDC knives, it's actually not that expensive at around, I don't know, $600 or so. But it's a beautiful knife, it's very slim, it's very elegant in my opinion. So yeah, lots of knives in my rotation, but overall the GEC pattern number 78 still does get the most love and the most pocket time. But that will probably change going forward into spring and summer, and I will most likely start to carry the Chris Reeve Nandi and the Lion Steel Jack 3 more and more the warmer it gets. So when it comes to EDC flashlights, most of the time I carry either the Olight S1 Mini in titanium or the Nightcore Tiny 2. The Olight is a fairly old special edition flashlight. It's small and light and powered by a rechargeable 16340 lithium-ion battery. It also doesn't have a magnetically charging tail that most of Olight's newer flashlights have, and I actually like that because it makes this one slightly smaller, and also that means that there is no magnet in there to screw up my mechanical watches. Regarding the Nightcore, I have made a full review about it a while ago in case you're interested, and just for full transparency, I have gotten it for free from Nightcore, but it has stayed around, and even though it's not perfect, it is probably still the most convenient flashlight for my everyday carry needs. It is very small, has a tiny display that shows you the current mode you're in and how much runtime you have left. It is weatherproof and USB-C rechargeable. It also fits easily into the coin pockets of my chinos and jeans, and that means that it never gets in the way. I would love to see a titanium or brass version of this, but oh well, that's mostly for the aesthetics. I also want to give an honorary mention to the Lumintop FWAA, which is my go-to for those days when I expect to need a bit more power and stamina from my flashlight, especially if I'm planning to go on a longer walk or hike in the evening. Now there are a couple of items that I use every now and again, but that are not a fixed part of my everyday carry system. But out of all of these, I still definitely wanted to mention the Leatherman Style PS. It is discontinued now, which I do not understand in the slightest, because it is one of the best small EDC tools available, and I can bring it with me on a plane because there is no knife on it. There are tons of videos about this tool out there, and I think I actually even made one myself back a few years ago. But anyway, yeah, I absolutely love this tool, but you can't buy it anymore, and neither can I. So if I ever lose it or it gets confiscated or whatever, well, it's gone for good and I will surely miss it. And that actually makes me hesitant to bring it anywhere because, you know, I don't want to live without it. With that out of the way, that's my everyday carry for now. I think going forward, I will probably only make update videos if anything actually changes. But there is, of course, also my EDC bag system, which actually has changed once again. So here it is. And if you're interested in seeing this in more detail, stay tuned for next week's video. That is all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.